Hi there, welcome to MTurk Guide. I'd like to go over a hit that popped up today, which is September 12th, 2016, under the requester name Siddharth Suri. And what's unique about this one, for those of you who are learning more about the system and how it works, is that this is a qualified hit. So when I say qualified hit, it means that this individual had put out a qualification hit, I think last week. He asked a few questions. If I recall quickly, he may have had you do a few test hits for very little to no money for a reward. But the promise was that the people who he deemed to have the ability to do what he needs done would get a qualification for a larger number of hits. So that came today, and you'll see the qualifications required. And it's sentiment analysis is 6, location is 1 of Canada or US. CA is Canada, US is United States. So I'm in the US, and I've been awarded sentiment analysis equal to 6, which means that I'm able to do this hit. Getting qualifications and looking for qualifications is important. It's going to allow you to have access to hits that not everybody has access to. That means that they won't go as fast. They're probably going to be a little higher paid for the effort because the person is looking for a specific skill set, or he or she has asked you to complete a previous qualification hit to understand the ability of the people working on their hits. So just to give you an example, these ones are 5-cent hits with a 24-hour timer, which means you wait all day to do it. You wouldn't, but you could. And then you simply read the paragraph and you decide if, in your opinion, the review is positive or negative. He's very clear in his instructions. We expect that it would take roughly 30 seconds for a worker to read each review. So as long as you are, spending an adequate amount of time on each hit, you're fine. And realistically, this is something you could have up in multi-tabs. You could have it up in the background. You can't, you're not going to be doing 1 per second or anything, but if you're a fast reader, you can get through these pretty quickly. It's a good hit for a slower day. If things were, if good work was pouring in, I probably would leave this for, night or kind of in between doing other hits, just to trying to change up what I'm working on so that I don't get too burned out any given day. So it's always nice to have these type of qualifications. So that's just a reason why, if you see a qual hit come up and it says there's no pay, but you see qualification, look into it, find out what it is, see if you can take that hit. I think a lot of people look at the zero reward and think, this person wants me to work for nothing. Well, no, not exactly. You're getting an opportunity to make more money. So it's definitely something you'll want to look into. And if other qual hits come up, I will absolutely do a webcast and let you know, so that you have the opportunity to go for those qualifications as well. Obviously, as time goes on and you're building up your numbers, there are other qualifications, that a requester may have. Like they may say that you need, 2,000 hits approved in order to take the qualification test. So, you really want to be building up your numbers. There are other webcasts I put up about 411 Richmond and some other hits that are relatively high volume. Of course, they're low reward, but high volume, and you can do them quickly to get your numbers up. So my hope is that when I get a few more webcasts up, is to put a little bit of a guide together, a roadmap, helping somebody who's new work their way through the system. Because I do understand that some of this is a little scattered in terms of the order in which things are getting uploaded, and that's mainly driven by the order of which things are popping up on MTurk right now. I want to make sure that I webcast when I have the hits available to show you them live rather than in a screenshot. So as always, please let me know if this is helpful, what you'd like to see, what you're struggling with, what's going well, or what are your stats. Let me know how you're doing. It'll help guide me to figure out what the next step should be in terms of webcasts and information. Well, thanks, and comment, like, subscribe. Bye-bye.